hit that subscribe button and the bell icon beside it to check out our latest videos before anyone else. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Grady Tech and this is the camera comparison between the Honor 9 Lite and the Honor 7X. Honor 9 Lite comes with a dual camera setup on the rear with a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing along with a single LED flash. Honor 7X also comes with a dual camera setup with a 16 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. On the front, Honor 7X comes with a single 8 megapixel camera, while Honor 9 Lite comes with a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. Both the phones have the same camera interface and offer the same set of software features like wide aperture mode, moving picture mode and portrait mode for the front and rear cameras. Now let's look at the sample pictures. These are some shots taken in daylight and well-lit conditions. There is no auto HDR on both the phones, so all these images are taken in the auto mode with HDR turned off. Both the phones overexpose the images to make them look bright, but 7X also saturates the colors, so comparatively, colors on 9 Lite look completely faded. There is a huge difference in color reproduction between both the phones, with images from 9 Lite looking soft when zoomed in and images from 7X looking slightly sharper. Dynamic range is good on both the phones. Capturing speeds are almost equally good. With Honor 9 Lite, you get warm images which look faded because of overexposure. Comparatively, images from Honor 7X look cleaner and more pleasing because of the saturated colors. Even in macro shots, color reproduction looks better on the Honor 7X. Now these are some shots taken with the HDR turned on. Even when the HDR is on, images from Honor 9 Lite look very warm and images from 7X look more sharper, cleaner and more natural. So guys, for regular pictures taken using the rear cameras, Honor 7X does a better job. Now coming to the portrait mode, these are the sample pictures. In these portrait shots, there is a huge difference in color reproduction, exposure level and skin tones. Throughout all the portrait shots, I like the color reproduction and skin tone colors of Honor 9 Lite. With Honor 7X, most of the time, portrait shots were overexposed or dull. With that said, background blur effect and edge detection is good on both the phones, with Honor 9 Lite performing slightly better. Now coming to selfies, in well-lit conditions, both the phones do almost an equally good job. Both the phones overexpose the image to make it look bright, but Honor 7X does it a little more and ends up with faded colors and overbright skin tones. For selfies in well-lit conditions, there isn't a huge difference between both the phones, but I personally prefer the Honor 9 Lite. Now these are some shots taken in very low light outdoor conditions. In low light, both the phones lack a dedicated flash, so they use the display as flash. You get soft selfies on both the phones, but selfies from Honor 9 Lite are slightly more sharper and offer good dynamic range. So for regular selfies in all lighting conditions, Honor 9 Lite is the winner. Now coming to portrait selfies, here are the sample pictures. Even though Honor 7X comes with only single camera, even that phone offers a front-facing portrait mode that is completely software based. Now coming to the portrait shots itself, you get good blur effect on both the phones, with Honor 9 Lite getting you better results. Because of the dual camera setup, edges are more sharper and accurate on the 9 Lite. With that said, all those imperfections can only be seen if you zoom in. Now coming to the selfies themselves, both the phones overexpose the shots, so colors are slightly faded on both the phones, more so on the Honor 7X. In almost all the portrait selfies, color reproduction and skin tones look better on the Honor 9 Lite. So for portrait selfies, Honor 9 Lite is the winner. Now coming to low light performance, both the phones produce very soft images. Comparatively, images from Honor 7X are more bright and slightly more sharper, probably because of the extra pixels. Even the colors look better on 7X. In fact, way better and more colorful. While on Honor 9 Lite, it's almost faded. Even the images with flash look better on the Honor 7X. So in low light conditions, Honor 7X is the winner. Now coming to the video department, both the phones can record video in 1080p using the front and rear cameras and both the phones lack optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization. So the footage from both the phones is very shaky. Now coming to the footage quality, both the phones overexpose the footage to make it look bright, but Honor 9 Lite does it a tad bit more and the colors are to the warm side. Footage from Honor 7X has good color balance with colors popping out. So the footage quality looks much better on the Honor 7X. Now here's the footage from the front-facing camera. Footage from Honor 9 Lite looks more wider with better skin tones. Both the phones overexpose the footage, but Honor 7X does it more. So for front camera video recording, Honor 9 Lite is the winner. So guys, to conclude, Honor 7X has better rear cameras. It can take better pictures in well-lit conditions and even in low-light conditions. Well, comparatively better. Now for selfies, front camera video recording, rear portrait shots and portrait selfies, Honor 9 Lite is better. So deciding between both these phones solely based on cameras is difficult. If you need better rear cameras, get Honor 7X. If you want better selfies and better portrait shots, get Honor 9 Lite. So guys, looking at these pictures, which phone do you think did better? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you are planning to buy either of these phones, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech signing off. Have a nice day.